Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. I do want to mention before I get started here that the audio for this segment ended up not working out for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a voiceover over this unboxing of Imaginarium, the Dream Factory. One thing that had me really excited about this game is that it's co-designed by my favorite designer, Bruno Catala, and the game just has a really strange look to it. So it's like a bizarre steampunky but photorealistic steampunk feel to it. And it just seems really like a very neat game. So I'm just going to crack open the shrink and get right into it. It says 14 plus, 2 to 5 players, 90 minutes there. That seems pretty good. I'm happy with those numbers. It seems like there's quite a bit going on for 90 minutes. Usually Bruno Catala's games are not that long, except for the really epic ones, you know, like a Cyclades or something. But hopefully this has a lot going on in it. And it sure looks like it does from the pictures that I'm seeing here. The manual looks good. It's very colorful, lots of explanations, but really freaky images as you see this guy here. It's a picture of a real person, just like this one, but it has been morphed. I'm assuming run through some sort of computing program and morphed a little bit. And lots of the illustrations are like that. Lots of gears, steampunky goggles, things like that, but not technically drawings. So here we've got lots of components, and we've got player screens as well, again with those funky characters, and on the back a guide as to what you can do on your turn. So I'm just going to take off the little strip of paper here and take a look at the different artwork on the fronts of these, because just, again, I like the illustrations. I do think it's going to be divisive, the imagery in this game. I think some people are just not going to like it. But I like it. I think it's different. It stands out from most other games out there. So that works for me. I like this stuff. Look at that guy. That's a nice hat. So that's the player screens in the game. And then we've got here tokens. I guess they're money tokens or I don't know if they're currency or maybe victory points. Not sure about that. But then we've got these sheets here are player boards. These are player, action boards, something like that. And right in the center, each of them is going to get one of these arrow tokens. And so each token shows 2 arrows on it, but they are not independent of each other. They have to be used together, and so they'll point at 2 adjacent symbols is the way it works. So once you have it on there, you'll be able to move it around. But again, they always point at 2 things adjacent to one another. Not sure how that's going to translate into gameplay, but it seems like a cool idea. I like it very much, and it feeds the steampunky feel of the whole thing, so I like that. Then over here we've got on the side, it's just some weird packing cardboard there, but then below that, ooh, look at that. Nice plastic miniatures. They're basically busts, and I'll come back to those in 1 second. So here we've got the central board with this really freaky image right at the top of it. Again, I think it's weird and quirky, and it works for me, but I do think it's going to... Some folks are going to find it a little bit off-putting, maybe. Hopefully it's not too much of a detraction for folks, But yeah, it's a little strange seeing the photorealistic mouth there with all the teeth showing. That's kind of funky. So we've got a bunch of tokens. We've got some cubes, but they're not wooden. They're actually plastic cubes in orange there, as you can see. So very nice. They have a good heft to them, a good feel to them. You've got some blue ones as well. And then there are some other tokens and some wooden cubes. So there's both wooden cubes and those plastic components, some black gems, the little bits that you use to connect your arrows to the player boards, a deck of cards, which I'll crack open in a moment here. And then this threw me for a loop a little bit because it's basically a little sheet of that foamy sort of material that you would use as little foot pads for furniture or something like that. I don't know where this goes. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it, but they're little dots, as you can see. And so you would peel them off of the back there and stick them onto something. I don't know what. And then the busts themselves, they have their own tray, their own holding tray, but they just look spectacular. They are very well shaped. They feel hefty. They feel solid. Just really well made. And I love stuff like this. Yes, it's overproduced, but it's going to give you something gorgeous sitting on the table. I assume you use this to select actions or something like that. But they're just fantastic. This reminds me a little bit of that steampunk game that Cool Mini or Not Simon came out with. It also was basically busts like this one. But yeah, these are also they're that level. They are that good. They just like I said have a great heft to them. They stand well. They have lots of presence. So I'm excited to check these out in play. What they do in gameplay. Then this over here I wasn't sure about, but it's basically a tray. It's a component tray for all of those, for the cubes and the different things. So I just went ahead and picked a spot and I dumped in all the tokens, and then I realized, hey, look at that, I actually put them in the right spot. The orange cubes. But yeah, that's what they do, and then you'll be able to put a lid on it, put it right back in the box, and it holds all of your components. That's fantastic. I thought that was really a nice touch. Very cool touch. So we've got our deck of cards here, and cracking that open now, just to show you mainly some of that really funky artwork that I was talking about. It's just a different look to the whole thing. And so you've got there a snail with a house on its back. That shows up on a few different cards. And you've got over here a sort of a weird tree, and then an elephant, a little steampunk elephant with a handle that makes it look like a teacup. This weird sort of spider, mechanical spider, a house in a boot. There's a chicken, a mechanical chicken, a strange frog thing. That really creepy thing with an eye on its forehead, a screaming like a howler monkey with gears coming out of it. I don't know. It's a very weird look. Some of them are great looking. Some of them are just weird looking. And I don't find it, off-putting. I do think it's bizarre, but I like it. So there you go. That is Imaginarium. I dig it. It's a really cool looking game, and I cannot wait for one to dig into it and see what it's all about. So there you go. Thanks for checking out this unboxing with me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in every day for the Dice Tower's daily game unboxing.